Hey, 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 hey. What's up? What's going on? Welcome back. Feel like a episode of Welcome Back, Cotter. But I appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I decided to do it as a video instead of the actual live, just in case anything comes up. So before I even get started with anything, I appreciate you guys that reached out after the community post. So that means a lot. So thank you very much. Wife's doing well. She's not home, which is indicative of why she's doing great, actually. Got back to the house, and then just, I told her to take it easy. I had to go to work. Sent her a message, like checking on her all morning. And, she's like, yeah, I feel a little bit better. And before I could even get home, she ends up calling me, and she's, gone to her mom. So she's doing well. Everything's on the up and up. So, like I said, I appreciate you guys' support. It's been a challenging few weeks, honestly, but given the totality of things, and then also just kind of keeping everything in perspective. I'm a firm believer that whatever my trials, the things that I'm faced with, things like that, whatever I'm going through, there's somebody that's going through about 10, 20 times worse than what I'm experiencing. So I kind of put it in its proper context and just say, hey, listen, it's a little bit of a roadblock or a stumbling block or whatever you want to call it, but it's nothing that can't be overcome in relationship to somebody else's hardship or ordeal. So just thankful and staying grateful and humble at the same time. That could have been anything, but really amounted to, they kind of don't know, but I have a suspicion it might have just been like food or some kind of food poisoning. It was just like extreme, very excruciating lower abdominal pain, and we ruled out the fact that there are no more kids, which is a good. I love mine. I don't. No. So, anywho's, so we're about 7 minutes from Globex Open. Taking a little bit of a different type of approach nowadays. So I actually have started using Fib Time, which I'm going to continue to use. It's I will just say that it's one of those things that is started to help me stop over trading, help me see times, see sessions, and things quite differently. So, and then I'm probably gonna have to move my head here, and maybe not. No, I won't have to. Yeah, I won't have to. So yeah, lots of lines and squiggly things on the charts. Put that there. Like that. And we'll just do Fib time. We're going to start Fib time right at 6 p.m. And this will go till 7:25. Cool. So I know we've had like this massive sell-off. I can actually do this now because nothing's gonna move. But yeah, Friday just sold off. So you could say, well, why would I be looking for longs? Just kind of come to the understanding and the belief that whenever, let me turn this off for a second. At 1, at 2. So this bottom 2. I'm just a firm believer now, I wasn't before, that just when you think that things are just going to continue in a specific direction and if enough, if you can get the buy-in, right? The trapped buyers or sellers, if you can get them to think that there's a continuation ahead or afoot, and you get them to buy in or you get them to sell in, then you can take those orders, use them against retail, trap them, take the liquidity, and then you can do whatever you want with it, right? You can grab it, do a weak to strong hand and take it and then go in the direction that everybody was already funneling into. So I don't really have to point this out. Anybody that's been speculating, looking into these markets, we can see that we've been selling off. So for me, and I think one of my weekly recaps, I talked about this being taken in fair value, that's in fair value, and so we have basically a price void that's resting back here. So if I just get rid of all of the drawings, we're just above this retracement back into the void, but we could see possibly, because we've run so far away from this is back December of 23. So is it possible we can gap down and fill this finally? Yeah. You've got another gap here. Another I don't know if that's an opening week. 13. That's an opening day. Well, no, that is a week. That's an opening. That's a Friday and that's a Monday. Gap up. And I'm not sure. And then that's another daily gap up. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't want to call it weird. I'm pretty sure that there was a reason for it back then, but so yeah, so you have this to look out for. And maybe the general sentiment is we come back here before. So I don't know. Don't know. But something to be aware of. So we're getting ready to open up here. Just moving back down. And let's see what we get. It's got about 40 seconds before we open. See what we get.
The market is open.
And as usual, gap down. It gapped down. Just finished talking about that.
The market is pre-open. The market is in pre-open.
Temporarily moved to pre. What in the? Oh my gosh! Don't do that.
The market is open.
Hang on, guys. NQ.
The market is open. The market is in pre-open. The market is open.
So apparently, the lower it goes, it's going to put it in a pre-open status. It's already over 5%. So
The market is in pre-open.
Yeah, it's gonna roll it back and forth. So there's nothing that we're gonna be able to even do today.
The
Insane.
market is open.
Insane. Just opened. It's already at 5.5%.
The market is in pre-open.
Unfucking believable, man. I'm gonna refresh this one more time because it keeps. It's just some level of ridiculous. Yeah, it's gonna sell off.
The market is in pre-open.
It's not even in pre-open. It's in fucking free fall is what it is right now.
The market is open.
Okay, grave, man. So I'm in a practice account, so I can get away with doing this in a practice account. Get a reaction here, it may pop back up. We're gonna sell this. Yeah, I just had to double check, make sure I'm in a practice. I am in a practice, but hang on. Well, I'm not gonna sell this yet. Hang on. Let's go to 1 minute. Let's see if it's gonna be that generous.
Order filled.
Yeah, it may come all the way back up. Yeah, 65 may trap it. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna be stuck in a practice account. We're gonna be stuck because it's over that price limit threshold of what can be traded. So unless we're in combine or a practice account, you're not trading this market. You're not trading it. Yeah, I just want to see if it's gonna run out this short, and then yeah, like I said, it's not really gonna be anything to do. Sit, watch, analyze price. You could do that, but really, that's gonna be about it. That's gonna be about it. Close back inside 65. Well, inside this level, and see how we react. Excuse me. Oh my God, man. Shut up. Jeez. Okay, this was. I like to think that this will promote it back short, but I like to wait. Still super early, so I have to wait. Okay, that was a close below that initial level I wanted to see, so may be able to get it here. See if we get it, see if it'll reach TP here. I'm looking to see if they've already, like, Top Step has already updated and said, hey, don't think about it. Nothing. Usually they will give you, like, they'll send you an email about, like, the weekly outlook, and like this week we've got CPI, PPI. Usually they send an email. I don't even see that. So and the fact that we gapped, which is crazy, we gapped 5% of Friday's settlement. It literally means that, again, I'll say it again. If you're in an XFA like me, or you're in a live, you can't trade it. Cannot trade it. If you want to just be active and do something, you can do what I'm doing, which is trade this practice account and utilize your levels, utilize your structure, utilize whatever the tools that exist in your tool bag, allow you to be able to see price and kind of, if you're technical about it, you can find maybe the technical insight or edge, if there is one, right? And you could do it that way. Or you could spend some money and buy a combine and try to pass the combine. Or you could save the money, you could save it and just practice passing. So, like, this practice account, I started another one on Friday. I technically passed this account, but I gave back, I guess, a certain point. I didn't realize I gave back that much, but apparently I did. I could show you guys. So you see where it says I made 17,000, but my balance is like 168. Well, actually, I have passed it. I'm sorry. Forget my brain. See, I took 5 positions. 5 on Friday, and that's what we ended up with. Excuse me. So it's a good trading exercise. actually want to put those on the other side because I want to. Because I want to move this. Excuse me. Yeah, this may take a while, if, any at all. That's another. Yeah, right now it looks like the next likely opportunity to trade out of an XFA or a live based on a percentage is Tuesday. Unless we recover that 5%, we're like at this point we have to recover about 7 in order for it to be acceptable. Right? Because if we just recover the 5, it's barely going to be enough, and any fluctuation, any spike in price, like you'll be, if in TopStep you'll violate the rule. So I would say just on the daily now, 7. If that's even possible, which, at least this PA position is playing out like if I was in my Combine account, it's taken its time, so it's not being discriminatory today. And I think honestly, what I'm gonna do is, if this plays out, this is gonna be a short one today. We're just gonna let it do what it's gonna do because, like I said, it's not gonna be favorable, and I'll trade this practice account until the cows come home, essentially. Excuse me. Yeah, so we're back in the 16,000s, boys. 16,000s. A few weeks ago, we were staring at 23 and 24,000. We're back at 16. But I'm not saying, but I'm saying. I also said a few weeks ago we could find ourselves back in 17s, and there were crickets in the chat. So for all of those weeks where I do an outlook and they're like, "Hey, what are you looking at? Shorts." Hey Jeremy, what do you think about this week? What are you looking for? Shorts. How about this week? Shorts. There were a couple of weeks where I said I was looking for long, so. But by and large, shorts. It may come and tap back in up here, or it can just fall off. I much rather see it just kind of short back and not revisit that, because there is fair value sitting there, but right here. But like I said, I'd much rather see it just do what it's trying to do right now, just sell off. But that's a lot of buy side liquidity sitting there. And it's just accumulating at this point. So you could almost look at this in two ways. You could look at this as an engulfing, but I wouldn't go that far. Structurally, that wouldn't be enough for me. So I would hold it and keep it as fair value, but there could be an argument that could be made that you could view this as an engulfing, but yeah, I don't know. It's for me to sell that for myself, I would have had to seen some structure break here, lower. Without that, it's just an area of fair value at this point. Now we got about another 40 minutes before 7 p.m. And honestly, if I'm in my XFA with this, I'm closing this. I'm gonna take this. What is this? 700 and whatever. I'm just gonna take that. I'm locking out, and I'm just done. Because and you know, somebody could say, well, it's a Globex, so what do you expect? You shouldn't be expecting anything. It's the erratic nature of the market is my point right now. So yeah, accumulation, yeah, that's great. Market opening, you don't expect a whole lot. It's just you don't usually gap down and lose 5% and bounce back and forth between pre-open to Globex open to pre-open to Globex. Like that's when you know that there's something afoul. There's something that is not, it's not common that forces that to happen. You know? So does it take 50 of that to support the concept of the engulfing and not break above? See? I mean, it tapped in regardless, even though it didn't tap mean threshold, it tapped into it. So, I mean, I guess you could have looked at it as an either or. It could have either been an engulfing, or you could have looked at it as fair value, because in both instances, at least for now, the structural narrative for the fair value would have held, as well as understanding if you were looking at that as an engulfing, a bearish engulfing, that's also been maintained too. So yeah, this is gonna just kind of play back and forth. Excuse me. That could lead to this break, this closure, could lead to this break and this break. Low. Then we got 10 minutes before 7. There we go. Closure through the first one. Nice. So it's like a relative equal low. I'd almost want to take, I would want it to take this high, right? Because now this is an inside candle, right? So now if you're just looking at candle range, very fundamentally, I'd like to see, it doesn't have to, because the fractal order flow should continue the shorts, but if it just wanted to engineer a little bit more liquidity, take the buy side and then continue short. But like I said, it doesn't have to. The fractal nature of the order flow is indicative of a short, so it doesn't have to. It'd be nice, doesn't have to. So it took that one. Excuse me, it took that buy side. Does it take the previous? And it takes the previous. Yeah, 5.3% change. If you were curious on NQ, just want to let you know. 5.3% change. We got like a little less than 2 minutes for 7 p.m. Like I said, I may just take what's on the table and just leave well enough alone. Unless it takes us all the way back to break even here. This is what it looks like it's trying to do. So inside of a minute, let's see what price does here, as it's reaching higher again. Excuse me. All right, 7. And we go where? Don't mind me. I'm humoring myself here for a second. So if theoretically we were trading the Globex open, like the initial balance, I'd be looking for this level here to be taken, because at 605, that's 6. So this is the high and this is the low of the Globex session. I'm already looking for this level to be taken. So how convenient is that? Put that in the middle. That's funny. I mean, not really funny, but you know what I mean. Not funny, haha, but funny, aha. Like, whatever. It's going to be a lot of back and forth here. And especially with what's to come this week, which listen, I'm not a purveyor of like doom and gloom. Like I don't believe in that kind of messaging. I don't like being a negative person. I just like to speak to truths and facts. And the honest truth of the matter is, CPI. But between CPI and PPI this week, again, not trying to be negative. Typically, we say things like it'll send price through the roof. It could send price through the floor. I think that Wednesday, possibly, you could see a breaker tripped. That report could trip the breaker on Wall Street. It's just what I think. And then to follow that up Thursday with jobless claims and PPI. Yeah, it could be potentially tough sledding. So, I mean, the fact that there's no move today, we're still at about 5.1% in change. Yeah, again, not being negative, but not looking good for the home team. There's a Globex low
Order
taken.
filled.
There's our TP triggered. So if we get a closure back inside, gonna run back here.
Order filled.
Let's see if we get. This may not hold. Curious about that level.
Order filled.
Yeah, it won't. Okay. All good. So still up on the day. Wasn't really trying to be greedy, but I was trying to see if we were going to get like a short term to clear out some of the fair value. And we could. I might have just been preemptive because we have fair value here. So that's what I was actually looking to see if we were going to clear that. I was probably just early. Let's see. Let's see if it comes up now. Yeah, I want to try it one more time.
Order filled.
Let me try it again here. Just looking for that right there. That's all I'm looking for. And that's gonna have to go there. And by the way, for anybody that's looking, saying, why would you be doing that? Like you just had one and it was a winner. Like these are the times, and this is what practice accounts are for. When you want to look and see what delivery is, you can watch price. You could always watch price. But if you're looking at certain areas and price mitigations, or where price will move back to when it moves through and moves from, you know, these are the excuse me, these are the times where I kind of say, what the hell, let's do it here in an environment where I'm not going to hurt myself. And we may sell back off again. It may make a structural change lower, possibly. Don't know. So we can get rid of that because we can see that. Okay.
Order filled.
Nice. Okay. It may keep running, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I was just looking to see if it was going to come back, and then if it's outstanding, because that was just enough to get it there. Outstanding. Good. Good, good. All right. I think I'm going to wrap there for the evening, boys. And I'll get this uploaded at 7:15, so that wasn't too bad. Yeah, the lives, we'll have to just kind of play it by ear. Wife's working from home again, so we'll figure something out. You know, maybe if we get back into some Globex positions, possibly, but been doing pretty good in New York sessions. I know today is the anomaly. It's a one-off. It's a practice. It's not, you know, it's on the fringe. So, but I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thanks again, everybody, for the support. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.